I know for guys, we don't usually encounter that much where a girl will approach us. But when it does happen, that shit is refreshing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. You feel like you found the one if she approaches you.
Yeah. It depends on who's approaching, but
Well, yeah, of course.
Dating researchers, they did this survey where they commissioned a survey of 502 U.S. daters between the ages of 18 and 27. So Gen Z, asking them, when it comes to someone finding a date, what, if any, are your preferred methods? So, they actually saw that about 13.89% of men and 12.4% of women like digging up potential dates at a doctor's office, hospital, or funeral. They say grief can, of course, create strong bonds, and there's nothing to stop you from striking up a conversation with someone you happen to get along with, whether it be a funeral or somewhere else. Just remember to read the room and be cautious with your approaches. After all, no one visits the doctor expecting to be asked out. So at the doctor's office or even a funeral, I mean, that's a pretty small percentage, but it's comparable to what with the percentage of people who would want to meet on like a dating app. Were you surprised by these numbers? Because I was.
That's crazy. 13.89% of men would want to meet a potential partner at a funeral. That's nuts to me.
Yeah.
Like, no. As someone who's recently been at a funeral, that's not the place.
Yeah.
That is not the place.
I mean, we saw Wedding Crashers. Will Ferrell said that was his bag.
I mean, I'm sure it's possible, but they do be having some baddies. They do. Now, I will say weddings are a good hunting ground, man.
Yeah.
They really are. Yeah. You can definitely have some success at weddings. So I get it for wedding crashers, but for the funerals, there's certain lines that you should just not cross.
Yeah, I agree, man. I feel weird. I would feel really weird approaching anyone in public.
Yeah.
These days, I mean, I still meet people in public, like for sure, because we're not Gen Z. We kind of grew up in the real world, not on our phones in that way. So we're a bit more used. We're a bit more used to like interacting with people in public. It's kind of like a throwback day, but they want to go back to it because only 15% of men and 13% of women would prefer to meet someone on the dating app. Which I'm like, wow, for a generation who grew up on their phone, it seems like they're burnt out from the dating apps. They'd rather meet someone in real life. I think the highest percentage, they say, damn, like people who prefer to meet in person, 92% of men and 87% of women in person.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot for a generation who don't even go out the house or want to talk to each other in person.
But, this isn't the first time we've seen this.
Yeah.
We've seen this before where we've talked about these surveys of this demographic and it doesn't match their actual lifestyles at all.
Yeah.
I think they're delusional.
Yeah.
They pretend.
Yeah, I think they're just young and inexperienced, and they're trying to figure out what's going to work for them.
Or maybe it actually is what they would prefer, but they just don't have the skills necessary to do it. Maybe their skills are tuned to, meeting virtually on social media, dating apps, whatever the case may be, chat rooms and things like that. Whereas they would love to be able to meet people outside, but they're not sure how to go about doing that. It's an uncomfortable situation. They clam up, get nervous. Like, even for us, I mean, there have been times for me where if I'm not feeling in the vibe or the mood, like I'm not trying to talk to nobody at the club.
Yeah.
And that's when I was single. So like, it's just be like that sometimes.
Nah, I'm the same way. I don't really go out to meet people, but I'm open to meeting people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if I'm out with like my friends, then it's cool. But if I'm out with a girl, I'm not gonna.
Of course not. But
one time.
No, I will say it also helps like when you come across that person who can help break you out of that shell.
Yeah.
And that makes a huge difference. I know for guys, we don't usually encounter that much where a girl will approach us. But when it does happen, that shit is refreshing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. You feel like you found the one if she approaches you.
Yeah. it depends on who's approaching, but
Of course, of course.
Yeah, if it's sometimes it's like it is shocking.
Yeah,
but it does work. It does work.
Fucking does. It does.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you think, guys? How would you feel about, meeting someone at the doctor's office, at a hospital, or at a funeral? Would you be open to meeting the love of your life at any of these places? At a funeral, to me, I can't imagine myself ever being like, oh, damn, she looks hot in that black dress, man. That ass looks fat. Maybe that's a good way to get over your grief. I don't know. But
what's your ideal place to meet somebody? Like, if let's say you were about to meet your wife next week, where would you pick to meet her?
Bro, that's a hard question. I don't know. I'm open to meeting people wherever, on dating apps, online, on the internet. If something comes across my way, I'll give it a chance. I don't really think too much into like the place I'm meeting them. I'm not like, oh, we met it out in the club or in nightlife. I feel like if I'm somewhere, then I can't judge someone else for being somewhere, even if like. It may not be ideal in my head. Oh, this isn't a place I would think I'd meet someone I like. I met people I liked in so many different places. So I don't know. It's a hard question.
Okay.
Troy, what did you take from these numbers? Were you surprised by the percentage for the dating apps and also like for funerals?
I guess maybe maybe they were just like open to it. That say if it wasn't like an immediate family member or something, maybe something special just kind of happened. I think it's probably like not a good look. I probably wouldn't really like advertise that unless it's like a very cute story. But no, I'm happy to see that a lot of them are like getting tired of these dating apps and they want like real interaction. I think it's kind of like that movie Her, where spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, at the end like the AI goes away and everyone has to start meeting each other in person again instead of dating your phone and stuff. Yeah. It's kind of like that. So I'm kind of happy that, we're going back to it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. But I mean, I don't think anything really beats that like real emotional connection with the human.
Yeah. Solid answer. I got to agree with you. I think that the more things like become AI and like technologically focused, there's going to be more and more people that are like fighting against the wave of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What about meeting someone in the gym? I actually pulled a clip of this guy talking about. I want to play the audio about that. It's funny.
If you like your gym, dating someone from it is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. You go up to that girl you like, ask her on a date. She says no. Now it's weird every time you go in. Okay, maybe she says yes. Go on a couple dates, doesn't work out. Nice. Now it's even weirder. Oh, but what if you guys hit it off? Kind of like each other. 3-month situationship, crash and burn, good job. Now you got to go to the gym at a different time. Maybe you guys go the distance though. 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3. Congratulations, asshole. You broke up. Now you got to find a new gym. Get married, you'll get divorced. I promise. And now you're back on Google Maps with your dick in your hand looking for a new gym. So unless you plan to die of old age in her arms, leave the girl on the treadmill alone and finish your fucking workout. Idiot.
The man's got a point. He has a really strong point there. Because
the gym is tempting too, especially nowadays. But at the same time, it's just like the culture is so weird with girls like recording themselves and like posting videos. Oh, these guys are looking at me. You never want to be that guy who's like trying to hit on someone when they're recording themselves. Now you're on a TikTok looking like a creep.
Yeah, but you can tell if somebody's recording or not. It's obvious. Usually, anybody that's recording has some sort of tripod, even if it's the little short tripod with their phone set up in the corner or something like that. Like. Because they also look at the phone all the time. They're checking themselves out all the time. Like, you can spot the social media gym goers. But I agree with everything else he's saying, because there's a really high chance that a relationship's not going to work out in general. And then you add in the fact that this is the place you like to go to every single day from from 8 to 10. And you see all the same people there at that time.
Yeah.
Me and Nat have been going for 2 months now, and we see all the same people every single day. Even the sick part about it is we usually go during the week from like 8 to 10. And then on weekends, we'll go at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, like some random time, midday or afternoon. And it's the same fucking people. And I'm like, how? How do you know that we're also coming here at this time? Like, are you guys just always in the gym? Are we on the same life routine? Like, is this the Matrix? I don't know. Like,
Simulation, man.
But I forgot about this because it's been so many years since I've been in the gym. But it's the same thing before.
Yeah, I don't think you should shit where you eat personally. Like, you need some self-restraint. I don't like hitting on people in public places, especially I know I'm going to see you again. You know, unless it's very obvious. I try to be just like chill. I may be slightly like on the spectrum and not realizing if someone's hitting on me sometimes, but hey, it'll save me more embarrassment than just assuming someone's trying to bang me. You know?
I think if your strategy or you see somebody at the gym that you like, you got to take the slow and easy approach. Like, you got to become friends with them. Like, you got to be in it for the long haul. And you got to be prepared for them to show up with like a fucking boyfriend when you're halfway to the finish line. Like, you're halfway to being best friends and then trying to make this girl like your wife. And then she's going to come up with a boyfriend and break your fucking heart. Like, that's what's going to happen.
Unless she like sits on your face when you're on the bench, like those videos.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Then you got a real shot. You got a real shot. So,
and a lawsuit too.
But some of these... Listen.
Yeah, we see you. We see you out there.
That's right. That's right. Keep working hard.
Yes, hitting them squats, posting that workout content. We love it. But
they be going in onesies. Chicks be showing up at the gym like they going to the beach.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
It is,
because it didn't used to be like that, and now it's just like everybody's got some sort of nice sports bra top on with their stomach out, back out, and then like leggings. And it be the fat chicks, it be the fit chicks, the skinny chicks, the thick chicks. Like any woman is dressed like that, and then the guys too.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you get one in there that halfway through his workout, he's just got to take his shirt off. And you're like, this motherfucker with his 8-pack, man. He's just got to do it, huh?
Of course.
And you can't say shit to him because he looks fucking immaculate. Like, listen, if I worked that hard to get to that point, I would probably take my shirt off too. I probably would. Yeah. Give me another 2 years if I stay dedicated.
Yeah, should be next year, man. You get married next year. You should have a type of that.
You know, after 30, the work, it takes longer to achieve the results.
Yeah,
we're not 20 anymore.
Yeah,
back when I was young, cranking out like 20 pull-ups in a go, then I could do it. But now, shit, 7 be putting me out. Oh, like, oh man, I gotta work my way back up there.
You just gotta stay consistent. That's it. That's
right.
it. You know. Right. But yeah, I don't know. Let us know, guys. What's the ideal place to meet the love of your life? Is it church? Is it the supermarket? Is it online? It's hard online, you know. And we have a list.
I tried to meet girls at church before.
Oh, really?
I have. They tried to set me up with girls from church before. It didn't work out because I didn't know if I could be myself or not.
What do you mean?
Like, you know how people are in church? Like, I used to be a church musician, so it's like...
You had church groupies?
I did. Listen, your boy had a real nice life.
Oh, my God. You still refuse to bring the keyboard on the live. It's a shame.
But so we would go out together, and it was just like... It was I couldn't tell if it was her and she was weird or if it was just like we were uncomfortable with like the dynamics or something like that. But I didn't feel comfortable being like normal in myself. I felt like I had to be like Church Bryan or something like that. And I'm like, but that's not who I am. Like even in church, like I'm a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
And it's closer to who I am. But I don't know. I just don't think she was like a good person.
Damn.
No, I mean like for me, not like as an individual. Like I mean like for me, it wasn't a match.
Got you. Yeah. Oh, that sounds a lot
better. Sorry. Shout out to her.
Sorry, Shirley. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on Spotify. Follow on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
All the apps. We're everywhere. We are everywhere.